are today. As I said, I start right on time at 5:30. I guess that's the Virgo in me. But here we are right here with season 4, episode 5 of the C-Note. I'm your host, Cortez Ransom. And this is the C-Note where we keep it 100 or 100, as we say here in Baltimore. And the real recognize real. And we also see y'all fake asses out there too. I'm here today with my special guest, Mr. Otis Williams. Not Otis Williams from the Temptations, no, but this is a better Otis Williams. People do come to see this Otis. They come to see this Otis. This Otis right here is an actor, a comedian.
Yes, yes.
With passion for the arts, and he has the ability to take on nuanced, compelling, emotionally challenging roles in theater, stage, film. He does it all, right? And he's also a mentor for in the city of Baltimore for black youth, black boys and black girls, and he works with the homeless. We have Mr. Otis Williams here today. How are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm great. How are you?
Well, we want to talk about this brother right here. I won't say he's one of a kind, but you know, he's one of, well, how should I put it? I don't like the word elite. It's not elite. One of, what's the word? I can't think of the word. A club where there's, not everybody's in it, but this is not some type of stuck up type thing. Exclusive.
Yeah.
Because he's a man of integrity.
Appreciate it.
And principles, as am I. And integrity and principles are not very common nowadays. So we have to celebrate that when we find it. So I want to start off, before we get into all the show business type talk, I want to talk about who Otis is as a man. First off, I want to get into this whole thing about father first and foremost, because I put that in the advertisement for this episode. Father, actor, comedian, and so forth. And I wanted to start with that because black men are always made to be the poster children for anything negative. Black men have this label as being deadbeat fathers, which is not right. I mean, of course, there are some, but there's deadbeat fathers in every race. And actually, statistically, the statistics show that black fathers are the most involved in their children's lives out of any other race of fathers. So I met you last year?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last year.
When you were going to be in my production that I co-wrote with my my PIC, Tamika Addison.
Hey,
we'll
Tamika.
talk about that a little later. Hey, what's up, Tamika? And the rest of the cast up between us.
Hey.
So I met you last year when you came into the cast of Between Us. And I found out, you know, I think earlier this year that you have raised your daughter on your own. We're not here, as you said, I talked to you about this, we're not here to badmouth the mother or anything like that, but you are a father who actually took the responsibility to raise your daughter on your own, and there are other black men out here that do that.
Yes.
So, I want you to address this whole notion about black fathers not being there for their children and why. Why? Well, I already know why. But why? Well, why do people insist, or society insists on trying to make us the bad guys all the time? And how was it for you? Being a single father and raising your daughter on your own, being there 24/7 for your daughter, 7 days a week, going to the PTA meetings and doing homework and all that.
You know, it's interesting. I just like to start this off by saying, quoting Malcolm X. Malcolm X says something so interesting. He said, the media has the power to make the guilty look innocent and the innocent look guilty.
I'm familiar with that quote, yeah.
And that's so deep because that's what we deal with as males, and more so as African American males. In the very beginning, and like, to be honest with you, brother, I went through everything. I went through unjust court system. I mean, an unjust child support system as well. Like any and everything like a man could go through to say, I want to be in my child's life. I've been through it more. Even got turned away at a child support office. Gave all of my documentation. Here, this is my proof that my child lives with me. And I think it was like maybe 3 out of the whole list.
Yes.
I gave everything on the list. This lady went in the back, came back and was like, I can't help you. Now you got to start paying child support. I'm like, what? This doesn't make sense.
But you have a child with you.
Yep. And guess what I did?
What's that?
They made me pay child support.
They made you pay child support even though you had custody of your child. Okay, so how old was your daughter when you took custody of her?
It started, my daughter was in the 1st grade.
Okay.
And I had a conversation with her mom and was like, look, it was just supposed to be for a year. After a year, mom took her back for a few months and we went back and forth. I'm not going to say anything negative, but we went back and forth and finally we went through the custody situation. And from on mom's end, she was more so interested in the child support portion.
Right.
And so when I went to child support, showing all of my paperwork and letting them know, hey, we got a custody is pending, child support just turned me away. It was like, you're gonna pay anyway. And they weren't supposed to do that.
Of course not.
I got refused service, and I still have all of the documentation. The lady came back, and I had to go to a lawyer about it, and the lawyer was like, "This is illegal." I had to fight through so many loopholes against an unjust system. Eventually, and I'll say this: there have been times, because I served in the military, I did other things, so there were times where, like, my daughter would go with her grandparents, mom's parents.
Right.
There would be times where my daughter, there would be times where my daughter would go with mom as well, right? And again, I'm not bashing mom. Mom had multiple kids.
Right.
And so, like, I stepped up, look, don't worry about her. I got her. And that's what I said. And, you know,
So you never tried to have her pay child support?
Nah.
Okay.
Nope. I was like, look, take the money. Take the money. If you need the money, take the money.
Wow.
And I paid, I paid a crazy amount. It wasn't crazy, but yeah, I was just like, look, take the money.
How long
I got
did you pay child support even though your daughter was with you?
till she turned 18.
What?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, from when did it start? It started, I want to say 2013, 2014, something like that.
So you had your daughter from, like, you said 1st grade kindergarten? All the way up to 18. You had custody of her. You raised her. She was in your household. You took her to school.
Took her to school every day.
Every day, did homework, PTA meetings, made dinner, all that stuff for all those years from 1st grade, kindergarten to 18, all the way through.
Yep.
But that whole time, you still had to pay child support and just turned it over to the mother and didn't complain. Brother, that is amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
Yeah.
And actually, there are more black men out here that do stuff like that. But
Yep.
of course, they love to give black men a bad rap and say, you know, basically, how do I put it? The majority of black men get blamed for what the minority of black men do.
Absolutely, all the time.
Like, even with this whole voting thing, now we're not going to get into politics like that.
Okay.
But even with the whole voting thing, for instance, there were at least between 82 and 84% of black men who voted for Kamala.
Yep.
Kamala, how you say it? Well, I'm not trying to be smart. I'm not sure how to say her name, Kamala. You have 82, 84% of black men that voted for Kamala. Yet, the 84%, 82 to 84% get blamed for what the 12 to 14% did.
Yep.
The ones who voted against them.
Always.
You know, they'll make these blanket statements about black men bad, black men do this, black men voted against Kamala. No, it was only 12 to 14% that voted against Kamala. The overwhelming majority of black men voted for her. But we get blamed for what's going on now. Mm-hmm. And even though there was a small percentage of black women who voted for Donald Trump, they don't blame black women as a whole.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Black men get blamed as a whole for what a few black men do. And I don't think that's right. How do you feel about it?
I mean, with anything, when you want to create a narrative, you always target the minority. Mm-hmm. We've seen that throughout time, throughout history. Black, whatever, other race, ethnicity, mm-hmm. Even gender. Right. Whenever you want to try to prove a point, you look at the small minority that's doing it.
Right.
I mean, look at crime in America. Mm-hmm. Look at, and this is another thing I hate, and I'll just bring it up just to bring it back to what, the point I want to make. Like, when it comes to black on black crime, right?
I hate that term.
I hate that because when we talk about, or when we were talking about police violence against blacks, and you had people like NFL stars, like, what about black on black crime? And it's like, no, that's not what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the statistics before the current presidential cabinet removed them from the FBI files and all of that, in each and every race, 80% of each race kills itself, mm-hmm. except for black people. Mm-hmm. Guess who the majority of people who kill black people are? It's not black, it's white.
That should be easy to figure out.
The majority of black people get killed by white people statistically.
Right.
And
statistically, for those who kill their own race more, it's also white. More than black, okay? But they don't label that. They don't call that white on white crime.
They don't.
They just call it crime. They specifically when black people call each other black on black crime to make it seem like it's worse.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing that I was kind of getting to. Mm-hmm. Like, whenever we even given that statistic, right?
Yeah.
Who overly reports the black on black crime is the media.
Right.
But they underreport other crimes against blacks, right? Mm-hmm. Who overreports crime against whites committed by blacks? It's the media, right? Any crime committed by a black person, especially a black man, it's like so when it comes to that type of targeting, it doesn't surprise me because like you see it for so long.
But we have black people that's doing it to other black people now. Yeah. Like on all these crazy comment sections, I don't normally even comment on most posts anyway, mm-hmm. but you'll see a number, not all, but a number of sisters attacking black men as a whole for what a small percentage of black men have done, right?
Yeah,
even with the whole interracial thing, they try to make it seem as though all these black men out here just running after white women, which is not true. The majority of black men, like 80-something% of black men, like 82% of black men, prefer black women over black men. Mm-hmm. It's a smaller percentage of black men that's running behind white women or women of other races, but they try to make it seem like, and the media tries to make it seem like it's more going on more. They do it with movies, they do it with television commercials. They just put this image out there and to make it seem like we're all against our own, and that's not true, right?
Yeah, and that's so interesting. I talked to an African brother, mm-hmm. and he was like, it seems like there is such a civil war going on social media between black men and black women.
The gender war.
Yeah, the gender war.
Crazy.
And I was just telling somebody about this, like when you look at any other race, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the race of any other woman attacking the race of any other man.
Right.
The character,
and they have relationship issues too, but they're not putting their relationship issues on Front Street on social media for everybody to see.
Right, and I think it goes back to Jim Crow, Willie Lynch. Mm-hmm. And I think that in that dialogue, what you see, none of us are perfect, right? You got messed up men, you got messed up women.
Exactly.
However, the divide, right? Mm-hmm. And we look at what the Willie Lynch letters set out to do. And in that dynamic and in that controversy, you see us playing into it. Right? Playing into the division, playing into the disrespect. Like, I'm nothing without a woman. Right. You know what I mean? I'm something, but when I say that, like, we are designed to complete each other. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not complete. Right. And I understand that. Like, we are designed to have mates. Right. And that's the thing. And I don't get into like any other thing outside of just that concept, right? But we are designed to have a other who is our helpmate, you know, and that's the thing. Like, we have to stop dividing ourselves. You're gonna be hurt. Like, come on. And once you get a certain age, you're gonna be hurt, right? Once you get, like, and you're gonna have to learn to heal from that.
Everybody's been.
That's just the thing, you know, and
everyone has been.
And no matter what race you are, but yet we see so much vilifying being played out on social media, and it's so ugly to me. It's so ugly to me.
It is. I don't know what these people doing.
Yeah, they going off on that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're playing right into their hands. What's his name? Hoover is the one who said the most dangerous thing to America is black unity.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
He's the one who said that. Hoover said that. Mm-hmm. They're threatened by black people coming together. Mm-hmm. That's why they do so much to separate us. You know, it's not about dividing us from other races. They want to divide us from our own because that's where our power lies. Right? They know if black people really love each other, looking out for each other, they won't have a chance. That's why they work so hard to keep us always yapping and always attacking each other. We will attack our own before we will go against them. We forgive them for everything that they do, but want to hold a grudge against another black person for the smallest petty stuff. Yeah. Right?
And you know what I really find disturbing is that now you have like these big events where bashing takes place. Have you ever seen that? Like where like people go into like a whole auditorium and they'll have a panel just like crapping on the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Or men crapping on other men.
Right.
And it's like you're not even some of them are not even giving good information. You know, some of them are trying to gain such a fan base where they enable so much foolishness from one sex instead of saying, hey, you got to get yourself together. Right. Go to therapy, miss. Go to therapy, sir. But yet they talking about, you know, does he take care of you like he's supposed to?
Right.
Like, there's so many other components in relationships. There's so many other components to marriage. Right. Yes, that is a thing. Let's not get that twisted. However, it's like I rarely hear them say, do you love this person the healthy way that you're supposed to? Or did you get with this person because you think this person is a provider? Are you with this person transactionally, or are you with this person for love?
Well, a lot of people nowadays don't even take the time to get to know who they're with.
They don't.
They just jump right into bed.
Yep.
They don't even know the person. They don't know what kind of person they are. They don't know their moral compass, any of that. They just go for it, forget everything else, and then a couple of months down the line, they're like, who are you?
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's even longer than that. And they're like, who are you? They get married and still don't know who they're with.
Yeah.
Right? Because they never really took the time to talk and get to know. And a lot of people out here running around reacting
Yeah.
and living through their unhealed traumas.
Facts.
And me personally, I don't want to be bothered unless you went to therapy already, because I'm not trying to be nobody's therapist.
Right.
You know, and I've been through a lot myself already, so I ain't trying to be with somebody that's going to be taking me through some more changes. You need to go get healed before you come over here.
That's a
how I
fact.
feel.
Because it's one of those things where you're like, why would you come over here with all of that baggage
Right.
that you're carrying
Mm-hmm.
that you haven't put down yet? Another thing is like, people don't care, you know, because
Yeah.
a lot of times, like in this day and age, it's all about what can I get from you.
Mm-hmm.
People don't care about what I can reciprocate,
Right.
what I can pour into you. What can you
Mhm.
pour into me? How can we make each other better?
Yeah.
It'll
Now,
like-
excuse me. Now, if y'all saying anything up here, I'll get to that point where I have a big monitor and I can see everything, but I can't see the little tiny words right now. Go on, what you say?
Yeah, but I mean, it very rarely do we even go into relationships the proper way,
Nope.
with the proper viewership, with the proper heart posture.
Mhm.
You know, and it's really sad because all we hear is I was done wrong, right?
Mhm. Who hasn't been done?
Right.
wrong?
But it's like you
But
still
you can't
have,
carry it around with you.
but you also have them
Right.
people who are messed up,
Mm-hmm.
and the person is like, "Let me back up because you gotta heal."
Right.
And then they go to social media because social media is the ultimate enabler.
Right.
I could do somebody wrong, and they go to social media framing my experience with them a particular way, and somebody's going to pat me on the back instead of saying, "Well, what did you do to get put in that space?" I was at like a while ago. I was dating somebody, and like when I say I used to get shots thrown at me, it would be like the craziest stuff. And then it was like, I started to back away. Then it was like, well, you like your father that left you. What? And so I backed away completely. Then she went on social media, framing me as the bad guy. I'm like, how am I the bad guy when you said this crazy stuff? You know?
She needs to go heal from her daddy issues.
Man.
That's a lot of grown people running around out here with daddy issues, and some people got mommy issues too.
Yeah, yeah.
And they taking that out on whoever they meet.
Mm-hmm. And then you got some people who hide behind religion.
Oh God.
There are people who don't want to go to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go to counseling.
Right.
They'll go to the Bible, which is okay,
To a certain extent.
but you still got to get counseling.
Because I'm not going to talk bad about the Bible, but the Bible
Yeah.
is not God. It's not God. It's been rewritten and retranslated and tampered with and stuff taken out of it and stuff put in it to manipulate and control people. That's just the facts. So it kind of does annoy me when I hear people just always quoting the Bible and they want to beat up people with what's in the Bible.
Yeah.
They want to bash people with what's in the Bible. A Bible that also has scripture in it that condones slavery. Right? What?
Talk your talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you telling it.
It does. It condones slavery.
You hit.
It says like, masters, you can beat your slaves as long as they don't die or some crap like that. I mean,
That was the excuse for slavery when we were in it.
mm-hmm.
They gave us Bible. They gave us
It's
Bible.
their version of the Bible.
Yeah.
And we're taught that we have to suffer long. That we don't love God unless we're willing to suffer. And we have to suffer here on earth, and we'll get to finally have some relief once we leave earth.
Yeah.
Why we gotta leave the body that we've been put in to have some good life? Why we gotta die there? But like we the only race that does that. We the only race that does that. Nobody else believes that, you gotta die before you can have a good life.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, and it's the broken thinking, you know, and then again, I think it goes back to what we were told when we came to America, you know, to suffer. And when you look back at the real origins of the divide, it was for the rich to control the poor.
Right.
That's what suffering and that form of suffering comes from. It's so the rich could control us. This has been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Hundreds
of years. And it's like, when will we wake up? When will we say,
we'll get
yeah,
to the play in a minute.
like, but yeah, you know, but that's so real, and that's why I love the play. Oh my goodness, I love that play. Yeah, I tell you all the time, man, I love that play, man.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that. We're definitely going to bring up the play. We're going to bring up your career. I think now is a good time to do that.
Okay.
So I always ask people this question that's in the arts. Is the art something that you grew up being into, or is it something that came to you later on, after you became an adult?
So this is a weird question because...
It's a weird question?
Yeah, so, I'm sorry, not a question, I'm sorry, it's a weird answer, excuse me.
Okay.
Let me correct myself. Because I wanted to be in the arts, but I grew up wanting to be in the arts, but I didn't have the support.
Okay.
And when you don't have the support, especially back then...
When you say you didn't have support, you mean parents didn't encourage you? Did you tell them that you wanted to be in the arts and they were like just shunned it?
No, so I was doing plays. I did plays at church. I remember my lines. I did an okay job, but yeah, it was never. It was like a seed that never got watered.
Okay.
So when I got to college, I went to Coppin State. Every semester, I did a play, or I did a monologue, either or.
Right.
And I ended up like having my daughter when I was in college, and I dropped out. But the last semester I was there, the theater teacher, Miss Amini Courts, she was like, "I see something in you.
Wow.
Come see me." And then I dropped out.
I didn't know that you knew Professor Courts.
Yep, she was.
I know Professor Courts.
Yep,
she's directed me. She's Professor Courts, Amini Johari Courts. Directed me in a couple of plays over the years.
Yeah.
And, you know, if she told you that you have something, that's a big compliment.
Wow.
To come from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know her. I met her a long time ago. She's, like I said, she directed me in a couple of plays. And, so you became a father.
Yep.
While you were in college, you dropped out. Yeah. Eventually, you went back. When did you go back?
I went back.
How many years passed?
So I went back back in 2007, and I went to Morgan State University. And in 2009, I started to work for the government, and I was trying to continue to go. And I was asking my branch manager, "Hey, can I leave 30 minutes early so I can go to class just this semester only?" She threatened my job.
What?
Yep. She said, to make a long story short, she said, and I went to her boss. I went to her. She denied it. My supervisor was beefing with her. So she was like, "Go above her head." I went above her head. And the lady above, my branch manager, was like, I'll let you know. And she just told my branch manager to handle it. That's when my branch manager threatened to fire me. And I was still in my probationary period, so I kind of left. I left school that time.
And she wasn't supportive of you going to school. So was this
This was a sister.
Oh, really?
Her name was Ora Brimley.
Ora Brimley,
if you ever see this,
oh my God,
look at me now.
You can't sue me, Ora. I don't got nothing.
You can't sue him.
But
we did have that conversation.
You won't get nothing because I don't hear no more.
So,
well, he's the one saying it, not me.
So I ended up dropping
put a
out
name
of work.
out there.
Yeah, I did. that lady did something like you don't understand. But
What did she do to you that won't get me shut down? Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, just the threaten to fire me for trying to better myself.
That is crazy.
It was one of those environments where they were encouraging you, hey, we'll look out for you when you're trying to better yourself. But I did it, and this sister was like, nah, you keep going, you're going to get fired.
What?
Her exact words were.
That is crazy to me.
Check this out. Her exact words were, we can let you go for this. People have been let go for less. Or Brenda. I said your name.
I don't know you.
So, and
Miss Brenda.
so in 2012,
Well, whoever you are, that was some fucked up shit to see. It was. It was.
it was though.
You should be supportive
Man.
of a brother or a sister trying to go to college.
And then like that time, I had my daughter. I was like really struggling. And then 2 years later, a few years later, 13, 12, 11, 2011, I went to the University of Baltimore, had my daughter, and my dad he came home, and he was struggling with some things.
Okay.
He had, and I don't care, he had a substance abuse problem. And we took him in, he was living with me and my daughter. And one semester, he just stopped coming in. Because like my dad, he was going to be like watching her while I was in class. And he just stopped, he just stopped coming home.
I don't mean this. You trusted that?
No. But I had no other choice. I didn't have anybody else.
Okay.
And so, like I would take my daughter to class with me sometimes. But it were days where
when I say trusted that, I'm just talking about the fact that he had substance abuse problems watching a child.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But it was like the last resort. But I didn't have anything. I couldn't go to her mom like, hey, I'm in school. I need your assistance. I
still can't get over that either.
Well,
that you were raising your daughter, you had custody of your daughter, but you were still paying the mother child support all those years, and didn't complain, even though she wasn't taking care of the child at all. You still paid her child support. Not too many people gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, when she was with mom, especially towards the end, the grandparents helped a lot. But towards the end, when my daughter got older, I would like, even when she was at mom's, because she would be at mom's, mom had a lot of kids. But when it came to her being at mom, I would make sure like all of her clothes were from me. So she would have clothes over there, clothes at my house, and I was just like, look, let's split your clothes up.
Right.
You take half over here, keep half here, and that's how we did it. But I ended up, because of that semester with my dad, I dropped out, and then I joined the military.
Okay.
So when I got out of the military, I want to say about a year ago, I went back to Morgan State University, and I'm at Morgan now, working on my degree. So,
what are you studying?
I was studying computer science, but that was hard as hell. I said, nah, this ain't me right here, buddy. Let me go to business. So I'm studying business administration right now. I still think systems are interesting, but a lot of that stuff just flew over my head. I was like, I'm old.
I understand. I'm old. People being old.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't your thing.
It wasn't my niche. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the learning process. And I'll say this, I enjoyed the learning process of failing.
Okay, wow.
Sometimes when you lose, when you fail, it's so many lessons you learn in that. But also, like,
it builds you up.
Yeah, it was something that I found in myself. Yeah,
absolutely.
Something I found in myself in that process. So
I get that.
It humbled me. It humbled me, but I'm grateful for all those lessons.
Okay. Now we done got off you being growing up.
Oh yeah.
With your goals.
Oh my bad. So yeah.
No. That was me. I did that. I just wanted to go back for a
So
second.
yeah, in 2019, pre-pandemic, fresh out of the military, I'm doing internet radio.
Wait, no. You were talking about the fact that you didn't get the support because I asked you if you grew up wanting to be in the arts.
Yeah, and I was explaining. So I'll get to how I got back in.
Okay.
So I'm doing internet radio in a play called Redemption's Last Call.
Okay.
The actors come onto the show, and at the end of it, like we have a good time, we build a good rapport. At the end of it, they're like, "Hey, we need kids as stage management." In production, so to work behind the scenes. And I was like, well, I got a daughter who was looking for service learning hours, and they offer service learning hours. So my daughter was working behind the scenes, and the co-producer asked, or the production assistant asked, she was like, hey, come in, check this out. So I came in, and I got bit by the theater bug all over again. And so I was sitting there, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help in the background. So me and my daughter were in the background.
What was it about it that made you feel that way?
It was just something magical about the performance. Mind you, this is just a rehearsal.
Okay.
But I was just blown away. But it took me back to college. And so it was just something about it when I was in college, like right after high school, that like hit me.
Okay.
Because like one thing about like theater, one thing about acting, like it's not easy. But it hits you. It's something
I wouldn't know. You said it to be like I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I know about that.
Right. But it just
I know a little bit.
Yeah. But it's something that just hits you where you just think you're compelled.
Right.
And I was just so compelled. And so then COVID hit, 2020.
Oh God.
And one of the actors on the last day of the play, one of the actors caught COVID.
Oh wow, okay.
And so I had to come in and perform. I was the understudy. And from there, I just got bit. And I was just, and it was like, even through whatever I'm going through, school, whatever, like, it's always one of those things where it's like, just can't shake it. You just can't shake it. Yeah.
It's something that's been with me since childhood. And so I've been in theater and music since childhood and started writing as a child as well, writing plays and songs.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know. So you said that was called Redemption.
Yeah. Redemption's Last Call.
Okay. How many plays have you done? What year was that?
That was 2019.
How many plays have you done? Well, I know there was a big chunk taken out, a couple of years at least maybe because of the pandemic. But
I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I was acting through the pandemic because there were actors who didn't want to act. So I was like, I'll take it.
Where was these virtual performances?
Oh, I did Redemptions. I did for Color Girls.
What part of what year was this during the pandemic? Not during the heart of the pandemic.
2020, we did Redemption.
What part of 2020?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it started 2019, and then like
I mean, things got shut down in 2020 though.
Right before things got shut
Towards
down.
the end of March.
So I think things got shut down like late March, early April.
Yeah.
So we did Redemptions. I want to say it was in March because somebody caught COVID when COVID started to like decimate Maryland.
Right.
And they caught COVID. Then it was a break. And mind you, I'm doing stand up too. So it was a break. And in 2022, I think it started again.
Right.
And I'm doing stand up. I go back to doing stand up. And I'm doing, I'm acting. And I'm doing theater. And I'm also doing film. And like, film was it's still like something I still have to learn a little bit more. Yeah. So like, if I'm in a film, I'm just walking by. If I'm in a film, I'm just standing there like. But I was in one
They
movie.
haven't given you any lines yet?
I was in one movie with lines.
Okay.
That was on Tubi. Yeah, it was on Tubi.
What was that look for?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah.
You would have said you done called a woman out on my. You done called what's her name, Brimley, out on me.
No. So this is the thing. Shout out to Miss Selena Pope, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a great look. Selena Pope is a visionary. She was like the only. She made like a record in Baltimore because she had the most movies out at one time.
Okay.
She's amazing. The thing was, I was so new at it. Like I would look at my performance, and that's why I looked at you.
You would tear yourself apart.
Oh man, I'm my biggest critic. And so when I looked at you just now,
most of us are.
And I was just like, I hated my performance. And when I look at so Johnny Depp, as brilliant as Johnny Depp is, he said he does not like to watch any of his performances on screen. And I'm the same way. Like that being my first one and knowing like just the nuances of acting,
right?
And I'm still like kind of on the journeyman level. I'm a little bit past the beginner, but
so do you know about any of the general differences between? I know, but do you know about the difference between acting in theater and acting in film?
Man. But that's the funny thing, man, because I went to a couple of auditions acting like I was in theater, and they was like, "What the hell?" And then I was like, "Oh, yeah." So I was like, "Oh, film is a little different."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's more subtle.
Yeah. More subtle and more smaller.
Yeah.
With
live stage is bigger.
Yeah.
Projection and all that. Yeah.
But film is different. So. I'm gonna start going to taking a couple of classes, so that I can like kind of fine tune those small nuances of film, so I can transfer or be able to do both on the same level. Because I noticed that in me doing so much theater, like I kind of fall short with film. And I did a commercial.
Why you fall short?
Because the nuances, sometimes I don't get it.
You don't get the nuances?
Man, I was in.
All it takes is just concentration. You gotta research. When you get a script, you gotta research stuff, and you gotta mark the script up. You gotta read through it thoroughly and break it down. It's like a puzzle.
Okay.
Read every little nuance, like you was talking about being a nuanced actor. Yeah, you that's what you got to do with the script. Word.
Okay.
And build your character. How do you build your characters?
After reading the script, I pretty much write down like where this character came from, things that the character went through, to understand the character better, even like sometimes what the character may eat. Okay. Just to try to figure out how the character thinks. Because once you like get that and you're able to operate in that character space, even when you're freestyling, you're still on that page.
Right.
And it makes it a lot easier. Like saying certain things, doing certain things, walking, moving.
So, you played a character in a play that I have the honor of being a co-writer of, but also being in as well.
Yeah.
It's also, as well as my co-writer, she was also in it as well, with a great cast of 13 actors. How did you prepare for the role of George?
Whew. You know what? Can I be? I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yes, please.
When I got the role of George, it was on a Monday. And I think we were supposed to perform that Friday.
We didn't know. We postponed it.
Yeah, we postponed. So I didn't quite understand George. I was getting into the bag. And that's when so my first rehearsal, I was like the understudy. And so the guy was reading, and then people were looking up at me like, like, what you going to do?
Please don't say that. Don't.
I ain't say nobody name,
okay.
but some people were looking up at me like, what are you going to bring to the character that this gentleman didn't bring to the character?
Right.
And then, like, I had like a day to like really sit down and try to break George down, but it was very surface. And so I was trying to be.
So when we postponed it for 4 months, they gave you a chance to really delve into it.
It did. Because I was trying to be surface George, right? What George would look like, but I was trying to like kind of more so look like a Carlton or a Braxton from Jamie Foxx. But I only dealt with what I disliked the most about the character. Then, after it got postponed, I started really digging into it. And shout out to Ruby Rose. I was sitting there at another podcast, and Ruby Rose was like, you shouldn't go off of what you don't like. Go off of what you can relate to with the character.
Well, yeah, because I played a character that I did not like. First of all, I was asked to learn this role at the last minute because somebody else had dropped out and they needed an actor. I had another play that I was preparing for. Actually, I was rehearsing for 2 shows at the time.
Wow.
When I was asked about this one. But my show, I had a show that was coming up actually the same weekend as that show. But my show was only running 1 weekend and their show was running for 4 weekends. And then I had another play that I was rehearsing for, a musical called Ain't Misbehaving, that was going to open up like a month later, or a couple of months later.
Okay.
And so they asked me to do this role. I'm like, well, I can't do it because I have my own show that same weekend. So they said, well, can we find somebody and, they're not up to par, even though you can't open the show, can you close it out? Because it runs for 4 weekends. I said, I'll help y'all out. Well, they found an actor, but there was one date during the run that he couldn't do, which they asked me, would I do that? They would have pretty much stuck the script in my hand. So I didn't really look at the script that much at first, and then when I really delved into it, I realized something about this character. There's a rape scene.
What?
That he commits, a simulated rape scene.
Oh.
Which really bothered me. And I'm like, well, why didn't y'all tell me that there's a rape scene in this play? And the director kind of laughed it off and said, well, I figured that I'd let you discover that on your own. No, it was probably because you thought I was going to say no, which I probably would have. But they didn't have a lot of time to find somebody else. So I took myself through that. And I did not like that character, but I had to do something to make myself identify with this character. And in the play, this character, he's a wannabe preacher because his father was a preacher. And he looked up to his father. You don't see the father in the script, in the story though, but they talk about it. And he rapes his sister.
Ooh.
Now, the way I was able to rationalize this character is because he saw his father. He saw his father doing that. His father was molesting his own daughter. He grew up watching his father molest his sister. And so in this play, he comes, because he comes to town. His sister's not happy to see him. We find out later why she's not happy to see him. But he comes back to her place one night drunk. And he's upset and mad because he saw her out with her boyfriend. And they get into an argument. And she was like, well, you don't have a window, you don't have a pot to piss it or a window to throw it out of. And you no good like daddy, so and so and so and so. And she said, he said, don't you talk about daddy. And he smacked her, right? And knocks her down and she falls on the bed. And then that's when this rape scene is supposed to, simulate rape scene is supposed to take place. And the only way I was able to do that is because I'm like, he's doing what he's doing because he learned that from his horrible father. And she was talking about his father and he got upset or whatever, but I was very uncomfortable doing that. Yeah. And when I came off stage from doing that scene, thank God it was at intermission. When I came off stage from doing that scene, I was in tears doing that. I would not have took myself through that if they had more time to find somebody. find another actor. I think that it was wrong for them not to tell me up front what was going on with that character. But I understand what you're saying about not liking the character, but you do have to find something, at least one thing in there that, it helped you do it. And so I remember that I wanted to ask you, you said something to me, I don't remember your exact words, so I want you to say it in your words. You told me that you really love the play between us. And you said it's not like a lot of other plays that you get involved in.
Yeah.
You said it's different, and it's the way you described it. I want you to describe it in your words.
Yeah. So like a lot of African American plays kind of follow the Tyler Perry archetype, where you'll have the preacher, you'll have the Mama Moses, you'll have the guy trying to get out of the streets, or you'll have the woman who's dealing with a bad man, and then you'll have the bad guy. Those are the 5 different components to and I was just saying that the play between us broke all of that.
Yeah.
And I like at one point I had to realize I was playing a bad guy. But although I was playing a bad guy, he wasn't bad.
Right.
He just was he misinterpreted things. He didn't understand. And once I realized, like, okay, this brother really isn't mean-spirited. He's not trying to, he's just coming from a confused place.
Right.
And it was sort of like Martin Luther King. And that's what I saw our characters' duality as, Martin and Malcolm talking. Right. And I really, once I started looking at it from that perspective, it really helped me a lot to understand the character and like bring more humanity to it. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. What? Because he didn't know genuinely.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty in the character. He was this way because he just didn't know or understand or comprehend. And once you like kind of delve into that and unpack it, it was easy to build off of that. Yeah, but that was so awesome because, and if we ever do Between Us again, I'd love to do it again. Oh my goodness. And whoever's watching, you gotta see the play Between Us. But that was so, like, I love the character that I played because I could play a villain who wasn't evil. Right? I could play a
very
villain.
nuanced character.
Yeah, who was like misunderstood. And the dialogue was based on the misunderstanding. And it was so much deeper than a one conversation. And sometimes, like, even when you deal with people who aren't informed, or even when you see people on social media bringing up certain negative narratives, a lot of them are not doing it on purpose. They just don't know that, a lot of them don't know better. Or they're influenced by so many other things, or they've been done wrong and they're running off of hate. Because some people feed off of hate. And hurt. Absolutely.
Hate and hurt.
That's like, and they're hand in hand, And like even the character, when I unpack the character, the base of his hurt was a lack of acceptance by his family. And so he went to find a tribe. Because his family wasn't his tribe.
Why didn't his family accept him though?
Because he was different. He was different, but he was misinformed. Okay. However, but it's like, how many people do we find who are misinformed?
Yeah.
Who try to not be them, but assimilate to something else. Because their tribe didn't accept them. And that's what I kind of like operated off of. Like, my tribe didn't accept me, but they accepted my brother. And there's an animosity there. Because it was a deep animosity. And like, I thought, like, even painting that picture between the two and like pulling out the animosity was so dope. Or to like respond so harshly when I'm called out of my name, or like our childhood, you know. We had fun with that.
I called you Georgie Porgy. You mispronounced my name.
You're right.
It's not Trevon, it's Trevon.
Right. But that's why I chose to respond so extreme, because you could see the lack of acceptance that I got, but the acceptance that I wanted. And it was like all of that was directed toward you, because you were the one who had the acceptance, not me. And so that's why I fired off.
Because my character deserved it.
Your character did. He deserved, you know what I mean? He deserved to be.
He stood 10 toes down for the people.
Yeah. And he deserved to be the patriarchal figure behind Dad.
Mm-hmm.
My character did.
Right.
Although my character wanted it.
He wasn't as bad as your friend, though.
No. But I saw, you know what's crazy? So I saw my friend as my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In my unfiltered voice.
Okay.
Right? Because my character knew what to say around the family.
Mm-hmm.
My friend didn't. So my friend spoke to my family in a way that I always wanted to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like 3 more questions.
All right.
We're gonna get to the lighter stuff now.
Okay.
I like talking about this serious stuff.
Oh man,
we need to have these serious conversations.
Yeah.
And you will be back again.
Absolutely.
I'll
I'll be back in 2 weeks.
And I apologize for my brain freeze earlier too. I was trying to think of that word.
Oh, that's all good.
But you as an artist, what is one of your biggest dreams that you want to accomplish as an actor? Is there anybody whose life story you want to do? You can answer all those questions. What you laughing at?
So
Why are you laughing?
So I'm working on a joke. Y'all go ahead first. I want to get famous enough to meet Leon and whoop his ass.
Leon.
I hate that ain't nobody coming to see you.
Oh,
I ain't here to get famous. I just want to be famous enough to whoop Leon ass as soon as I see it. That's a joke I'm writing. But no. But beat the shot.
He can't help it. You got the same name as Otis Williams.
Yeah, man. You know how many times I hear ain't nobody coming to see you.
But they did come to see this Otis Williams in between us. And the next time we do between us, y'all need to come see this Otis.
Hey,
come see all
that's
the
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, I just want to be, I want to be able to operate within the craft with no issue. And when I say no issue, just the small nuances, understanding how to express myself on film compared to theater. Like I'm not doing this. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I don't do this to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about fame. I don't care about the money that much. You know, but the money's cool.
Give me the money.
Yeah.
And it's not just for me.
Right.
I want the money to help family and friends too, as well as myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about fame either. The actor Brandon T. Jackson, I don't know if you.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
I follow him, and somebody was interviewing him, or I don't know if he was the host or not. They was talking about, he said everybody's famous nowadays. You don't really have to do anything to be famous, just do something on the internet.
Right.
And and I made a comment which he liked. I got a comment. And several other people liked it. I'm like, well, I really don't care about fame. I said, as an independent artist, I don't care about fame. I ain't really I'm not pressed about being famous. I care about being respected as an artist.
Right.
And putting content out there that helps uplift our people. Positive stuff. Right? First, with fame comes a lot of crazy people.
Yes, it does.
You have to deal with crazy people. You got to deal with mentally unstable people. You got to deal with the fact that you can't leave your house.
Yep.
You can't just go for a walk in the park without somebody messing with you. You can't go out to dinner with friends without somebody coming over to your table harassing you.
Yeah.
I don't want to live like that.
And it never ends. Once it starts, it doesn't end.
Yeah.
You know, how many celebrities do we see? Just the other day, the guy that worked on not the other day, but the guys that worked on the Cosby Show that was bagging groceries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people were looking down on him, and all he was trying to do was feed himself and his family.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the price of fame. You in that fishbowl.
Yeah.
You in that fishbowl.
And you have that.
Yeah,
I just love the artistry.
That's what it's about.
And I use my arts to uplift our people.
Mm-hmm.
and portray us in good ways.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not about how other people see us, it's about how we see ourselves. Because that's where our power lies, and how we see ourselves.
Yeah.
So who are some of the artists that you grew up admiring that inspired you as an actor?
As an actor,
and comedians as well. Who are some of your favorite comedians?
Actor, Sidney Poitier, of course Denzel, Sam, Tom Cruise. I'm gonna go with actually Robert Downey Jr. is brilliant to me. Johnny Depp, brilliant. Comedically, Will Ferrell, but even going into the history, Dick Van Dyke. Jim Carrey. Who was the guy, the black and white movie guy?
Black and white movie?
Buster in, I can't remember, the guy who started to do the comedic black and white movie slapstick. And it was like he created him. But Buster Keaton, it's some,
so you all acting like George now. You ain't named, he ain't named not one black comic.
No. So top three: Eddie, Pryor,
okay,
Chappelle.
All right.
Those are my top three that I.
What?
Yeah, Eddie, Pryor, Chappelle. And the only reason why I put Eddie over Pryor was because Eddie could sing. But Pryor brought character monologues.
We sung some.
Really? I never heard Richard Pryor sing.
I was surprised. Really? I saw a clip of him singing. He was real young.
Okay.
I think he was probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like what I liked about Pryor was the vulnerability. He was so like just open, talking about everything. And I loved that about him and his comedy through it. Eddie Murphy could do everything. Eddie Murphy was so brilliant to me because he could do everything. The singing, the acting, you know, and like everything.
Can you sing?
Heck no, and I wish I could, man. I hate the fact that I can't sing.
Well, there are some vocal coaches who say they can teach anybody to sing.
I need to get with some vocal coaches then.
You probably can be trained to carry a tune.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I mean, if you know any, you know.
I know some.
Okay. Well, I'll let you after this.
All right.
Yeah. Chappelle. Chappelle is the most brilliant storyteller our generation has seen. Different. But all of these people are so different. But yeah, like, I think the best comedian stand-up was Richard Pryor. Because Richard Pryor could do so many different things on stage, especially back then. And he's the most mimicked comedian to this day, Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was a comedian and an actor and a writer as well.
Yeah.
And he wrote for other shows well too.
Yeah. Blazing Saddles, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So you never did answer that question right quick because I gotta get ready
I'm
to go.
sorry.
No. Why you keep saying you're sorry? Don't say that.
It's trauma.
You never.
I was abused as a kid. That's what I said.
But
it got dark.
You just laughed. You laughed earlier when I said to you, was there anybody whose life story you want to do?
Oh shoot. No, not really.
Okay.
Not really. Nah, I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, I really had to think of that. Kenan Thompson, because I'm fat. It's like, no, I don't know.
You look crazy.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Kenan. If you ever see this, if I ever get that big, don't. I'm sorry, brother. I'd love to play you one day.
And Miss Brimley, you're not a nice person, but anyway.
Or Brim.
I go see her first day because she's not coming up. But anyway, like I said, you ain't gonna get nothing because anyway. Ain't nothing in these pockets but lint. Okay, lint. But thank you, brother.
You know what?
Good.
Bernie Mac.
Oh, you said, go ahead. You want to say something about Bernie Mac before we go?
I love motherfucking Bernie.
Oh, do it again. Do it again, because that was good.
Motherfucking Bernie. I love to be motherfucking Bernie. Hollywood. Hollywood, let me be motherfucking Bernie.
You could be. I like that. Hey, that was good.
Shit.
All
All
right.
right.
If you're watching out there, any big people, sign them up to do the Bernie Mac story.
Yeah.
He's going to star as Bernie Mac.
Yep.
Thank you all for joining us. See you in a couple of weeks on, I'm about to say September, June 17th. The next time we get together is going to be like a little party, like a musical party with a gathering of some friends. Otis will be there too because I have a new single coming out called Good Morning Kiss. It's one of those old type songs, not old, but like a 90s type vibe. But it has a modern feel to it too. It's a feel-good song. It's a love song. We need more love songs out here today. So we're having like a listening gathering for that, and I'm probably going to have a couple of my other friends that are artists maybe play a couple of their songs or one or two of their songs anyway. So that's on June the 17th. But Mr. Otis, thank you for this great interview, and we will be back again.
Absolutely.
So, girl, you should be commended for everything that you do. Anyway, you can talk about your mentorship though. So you're gonna have to come back.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that.
So yeah, he's gonna come back very soon to talk about his mentorship of young black men and young black women and working with the homeless. We did not get to that.
I will get to that too.
All right.
Yep.
So we're gonna be back very soon to talk about that. We just got all hooked up in all
Yeah,
that
it
other
was-
stuff,
yeah.
but it was very good. So I'll see y'all next time on June 17th. Join us there for the party. All right? Peace.
I'll be doing a robot in the background. Yeah.
Let him do the robot. Let him do the robot. Let me see what he's doing here.